voices coming from passageway. They were leading me. And...
Okay.
Alright.
Strange voices haven't stopped us before. I guess let's go.
Yeah.
Are we going towards the voices or the bodies?
I mean, we thought we were going to the sex party.
Bodies,
I asked the group voices or bodies, because...
I'm thinking voices.
Bodies. Bodies.
We know where both are. We can do
Well,
both.
The bodies will still be there, but the voices
Yeah.
will move.
Fine. Voices then.
Good.
Yeah,
point. Voices. Voices.
Bodies typically don't move unless one of you assholes is a necromancer and didn't tell me.
It's me.
I'm looking at her.
I tell the rat we want to go to the voices.
Aye, sir. And kind of leads you guys around. As you guys kind of enter it through this passageway, you come back to another bit of a crossroads, and you see this like channel of water running across. You guys kind of go around and you see the same overhang area where you guys fought the roper from before. And you go walk around it, you still see the channel of water kind of running down. About 30 minutes pass and you guys kind of lead to this one intersection, and you know this is kind of the way that you guys kind of began the little bit of this journey, and there's the same kind of walkway. And you see the rat that's leading you, he kind of like, there's this small like little bit of detritus and buildup that's kind of arcing over top of this waterway, and he kind of scampers across it and turns back to you. This way, sir! And then he kind of like scampers off towards the darkness.
Oh.
So there is a waterway in front of you, about a 15-foot gap. How would you guys like to clear it?
Is it lowered or is it the same level?
It's lowered.
Okay. So
I'm not really smart.
There's about like 3 feet gap between like the water and like where the upper area is, and it's a 15-foot gap. So you guys can either try and jump it or however you would like to try and attempt to cross this.
I want to cast Water Walk as a ritual.
That's fine.
Okay.
So you ritually cast Water Walk. You guys take about how long, and how many people can you target?
It's everyone, and
This
it
is
says
like
it lasts an hour.
six
It doesn't
people, I
say
think.
anything about.
Number of people.
It doesn't say anything about. It's anyone within range, but
Okay.
it doesn't say anything about how long it takes.
All right, so you kind of watch as Norman kind of sits down for about 11 minutes and kind of just starts chanting and like, and after about
Water walk, rat king, water walk, rat king.
pretty
Water
much.
rat, water king, well.
You guys,
sold a lot of shells.
you guys take
Seashells.
take about 11 minutes, and you all now have Water Walk.
Dude.
So I'm assuming you guys kind of just step over the water. It's a little bit weird because you guys can easily walk over it, but the water's still going that way, so you're like kind of like hitting a treadmill that's going at full speed.
Yeah.
Kind of have a little bit of that stumble moment, and then you still just like whoa, and then you keep going. But you guys easily make your way across it. You guys turn around, you follow the rat further. It the tunnel takes a right turn here, and you see another waterway in front of you. You follow the right. It kind of keeps squeaking and leading you guys.
Sorry, just jumping in. Ritual cast time is 10 minutes plus whatever the original casting time is.
Okay.
So if it takes you 5 minutes to cast it normally, and then you do it ritually, it's an extra 10 minutes.
Thank you. It's good to know.
11 minutes might be accurate.
Yeah.
10 minutes, 30 seconds. So yeah, 11
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
But you guys kind of come to another bend of the way here. I'd say during this whole thing, it's been another 30 minutes crossing everything. So that brings us to about 2 in the afternoon.
We're gonna miss the opening ceremony, sorry.
That's alright. Friday's always the boring day anyway.
But it's when you get your con badge.
And you
It's
guys
just pre-reg?
enter
I can
into
see
this
some.
large chamber, and you kind of see, as you guys enter into this way, because the pathway goes forward and kind of curves off into the left in the darkness. And for you, I'm assuming at this point you're still lighting torches, or
Yeah.
you're just going blind.
Yeah, no. Silvis gave me all those torches last time.
So go ahead and mark off about 2 during this whole,
Oh yeah,
Did
but,
enter? because Torrin's blind as well.
Yeah.
There it
You
is.
don't
I
have
guess
like,
only one of you really needs to use a torch at a time.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I was saying. Like, as long as one person has a torch, then you guys can see.
I just open my mouth and it's kind of like a lighter and it's just a flame all the
You just no, you can't be a gas stove down here. We've already had to lose
Yeah.
some throws because
Oh,
of
yeah.
You
shit
guys,
like
you guys
that.
went from the subterranean level, and you noticed that the smell, although stanky, is not as like pungent.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not
It's not-
methane anymore. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're on the upper level.
Okay,
It's
let's redo the pilot light.
It's not hot concentrated, but
The water is
It's just
moving.
concentrated
Yes,
butt
Tina.
now.
Yeah, it's not concentrated ass
Diluted
down
ass.
yeah, it's only diluted. That's,
Right.
that's fantastic.
50% water, 50% ass.
New for me.
Wow.
But you guys enter into this large kind of chamber, and you see like a sluiceway. You see a gate that is got these bars in front of it, and you see water flowing through it. And you see other pipes kind of like as tributaries coming into this area, and they're kind of like going around. It almost looks like a pincushion from the ceiling. And from these
Pretty
pipes,
sure this is where we
you
fight Koopaling.
begin to hear like strange whispers coming through it. Whoever would like to lead this, roll a perception check.
Rat King lead, unless.
I mean, if
You're
you want it, you can
I was
have
gonna say,
it.
I think Wrecking, yeah. You've been.
You called it, man.
Rat King. Oh.
Oh,
Rat King,
no!
what happened?
Wrecking, why?
Nelly.
That's an 11.
Alright.
That's not so bad.
I'd say
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
advantage
it's a
because
lot.
everybody's going to help you.
Yeah, there we go.
Great job, Poop.
It's
Slightly
not that
better.
14.
Yeah, it's 14.
Not worse.
It's not worse.
Thankfully for that. It can't
So-
get much worse than that.
It's kind of hard to hear, but you kind of like starting to filter out some of the trickling sounds from the water and the constant like shiny things coming from all the rats that are just kind of funneling from every fucking orifice down here. You begin to hear this conversation starting, and you hear very heightened and like emotional voices. And have you roll an intelligence check for me? Just a straight intelligence check.
17.
17?
Hold on, buddy.
20.
20?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
You know exactly who this is. It is Prince Rurik and King Adelbert.
Oh.
What's he doing?
So, over the course of about 5
Here's
minutes,
in a palace.
you hear this heated conversation.
Mhm.
The prince is, even though you guys never really had a one-on-one conversation through context clues, you understood who that was. The person that was in the battered armor that kind of pushed his way out of
Repeat who they were.
Prince Rurik and King Adelberg.
Prince Edelbert and King Rurik.
Yeah, that is exactly what I wrote. Sorry, thank you.
That's fine. You hear this description of going-ons beyond the wall. You hear that there is an amassing group of Char war bands starting on the opposite side of the wall. You hear that the king wants nothing to do with this until after the Harvest Festival. The prince is very angry with his inaction and wants to lead a caravan to go and scout, at least scout to figure out what was going on. The king says no. And then you hear, as he storms out, and you hear the great doors of the central king's chamber slamming. And that's what you glean from this conversation.
We're sticking with the royal toilet.
Right, whose chamber pot are we in?
I
Right.
quietly relay what I heard to everybody, just so they all know that I heard the king talking and that we're apparently at the castle, basically.
I didn't realize we'd gone up that high.
It seems whatever kind of pipe system this has may have like a can with a string effect.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you can hear people through the AC.
Yeah. Like you don't think you're near the castle, but whatever kind of pipe is leading
Okay.
into this main central chamber,
Okay.
you're able to kind of glean this conversation.
Got it.
Like the pipes.
Can you identify which pipe it is? You could send your rats directly to it.
I was thinking, I asked the rats to find where the sound came from in the room.
Roll an investigation check based off of the rat swarm's
Hit him
intelligence.
with that knife. Oh, boy. Hit him with.
Hot
Oh no, -4.
Oh,
They're okay.
9.
Okay.
All right.
What'd you roll?
A
I
9.
can't see or reach it.
It's a
Oh,
13.
you rolled a 13. I'm
Okay.
sorry. We're just telling you what you got.
9.
9. Yes, sir. We'll be right on it. And then you kind of see all of the rats that are in this vicinity just go into every hole and just disappear.
All right, men, scatter.
You take that poop tube, I'll take this poop tube.
I'm just saying, as soon as
That's
they,
what you got right now.
I'm just saying, as soon as they figure out which one, they'll be able to find good shinies up there.
Oh yeah. that's
Shiny
right.
poop tube. Shiny poop tube.
Shiny poop tube.
I just wait because
I'm sure the king drops rings down his.
I'm gonna say Silva says they're
I
gonna
got a
find good
hell of a
shinies, and
video.
I'm
I'll be
like,
right
good
back.
Oh,
shinies
yeah.
are patient.
Y'all keep
Okay.
going. I'll be quick.
So you guys
So I just
take.
wait.
How long are you willing to wait for this?
Let's say 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay.
We're rating on the rats.
I guess we still have to find the bodies.
Yes.
Okay.
So why are we standing around
He's
The
doing
rats went up the poop
reconnaissance.
for what?
For us.
For us.
Not you.
Alright.
For us.
And you kind of just see him sit down and just start sketching out all
Yeah,
the stuff.
can you, while we're waiting, did you send all of the rats?
I mean, I did, but what do you want?
He kept the
I'm
rat
just
for
saying
company.
we can multitask. If we're sitting here anyway, then Bentley could be doodling is what's called.
Okay. So I summon a couple rats and tell them the ones that aren't in the tunnels just to keep mapping.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, up on the map the upper level, and then they kind of see of the 13 that went into all of these pipes, 12 of them just kind of scatter back down the way that you guys came. After 15 minutes, all of the rats but one kind of come back, and then you kind of see this one channel just kind of there's no water coming from it, and then all of a sudden you see. And this one rat just kind of hits the ground, and you see this of just sewage spray just come as a jet, and then it goes back to the trickle that comes down
It's
there.
half time.
Gross.
We lost a good man, but
Oh no!
we found the passageway, the one pipe.
Good job. Thank you.
Is that all you wanted?
Back to
Sorry, I
shiny
was
things.
about to pee my pants.
All right, and then they kind of scatter.
And he just went showy. And he was like, we lost a good man.
Aww.
He was too
I'm
fantastic.
sorry. Back to shiny things and mapping.
Okay.
Both.
So they just kind of very confused, kind of run into each other and then scatter back to go do
Yep.
both
One
conflicting
lost
directives.
in pursuit that day.
Rat King, not Smart King.
Yeah, that crown didn't grant you intelligence.
Nope. It didn't.
Knowledge of the
Nope.
universe.
Back.
Let's see.